Boom! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Monday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. So today we're gonna be taking a look at a little bit of a collaboration beer between two breweries that I haven't really had many beers from these guys before. I've had a few from Three Sons, which is out of Florida, but I don't think I've ever had anything else from Slice Beer Co., which is out of California. So these guys decided to come together and team up to create something called the That IPA Show. Which I think is a nice kind of play on that 70s show. They have like the same kind of art to it as well. But yeah, this is a hazy IPA between Three Sons and Slice, which is, this one comes out to an 8% ABV. I know the Slice's variant of it comes out to like an 8.3. So, but they did something very interesting with this one, which is they added a very, very experimental hops to this one that's usually used within like late in the boil or usually used for dry hopping that brings off some nice, really nice fruity characteristics. I know there's like notes of peach, strawberry, and all that kind of stuff. And this is called Experimental Hops. What is it? 13459. It's definitely a very, very interesting hops to use. I know there's so many different experimental hops that have like lab created, all that kind of stuff out there. So knowing that this is created with that kind of experimental hops along with mosaic hops, which is great, a really, really fantastic beer for a nice hazy IPA. Well, and a fantastic hops for it at least. So I'm excited. I'm pretty damn excited for this one. I'm always a big fan of a nice double IPA, and when it comes to having a nice 8% ABV one, this is definitely be something to look forward to. So without further ado, let's crack this guy open and think what we're going to get on the nose. Of course, with the mosaic, I'm expecting some really, really nice tropical fruit notes. Nice little like piney dankness along with it. But yeah, I'm just expecting this to be nice, smooth, relatively hazy. I'm not really expecting any booziness to whatsoever, even though it's an 8%. I know like when it comes to this kind of ABV of a beer, it's definitely not in that realm of being sessionable at all. Just it's right above that like 7.5, which is my threshold of a beer being sessionable in my opinion. So yeah, let's crack this guy open and see what we get on the nose on this guy, because I'm stoked. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, definitely getting some like citrusy notes coming through. Definitely like a pininess on the nose. Yeah, definitely is gonna. I feel like there's a nice kind of a citrusy enough. This is gonna probably has a really nice pillowy soft mouthfeel to it. Gonna feel like drinking a cloud almost. Not really expecting any like some like dryness at the mouth at the end or something like that. But let's pour this guy and see what we're doing. I'm gonna be drinking out of my Whistle Punk little glass this afternoon. Let's see how this guy pours. I'm expecting it to be a nice hazy guy, which is exactly what we're getting. Nice kind of white, pillowy, soft head coming off it so far. But yeah, that looks absolutely delicious if I say so myself. Look at that. Nice pillowy head on there. Of course, has this nice kind of almost golden kind of color to it with nice haze. Yeah, definitely getting a little bit more of like a tropical fruit note coming out after I poured it. A little bit of pineapple, a little bit of mango. Yeah, it smells absolutely delicious. So, without further ado, I think it's time for us to give this guy a try. So, cheers, everybody. Happy Monday. Ooh, yeah, that's... Okay, this is definitely a lot more... Has a little bit more of a boozier taste than I thought. Definitely getting some nice, interesting notes coming at the end. Definitely getting more of that strawberry kind of flavor coming through. It's like... Almost like it's a sweetness, but it's like a mix between like a malty sweetness along with kind of the natural sweetness from the fruit flavors that are coming off that hop. So I'm definitely getting all those like citrus and tropical fruit notes coming up at front, which is really, really nice. Makes it really refreshing. But there's this nice kind of almost unripened strawberry that's coming at the end. That's just making it really well balanced. It definitely has a little bit of a booziness to it, more than I expected, to be honest. And overall, yeah, this thing's pretty solid so far. I'm definitely, after one sip, this is definitely looking like it's going to be a good one for sure. So, of course, if you can't get your hands on anything from Three Sons or Slice, Untapped does a really cool thing to where they always show similar beers to this kind of style when it comes to going onto the page of the beer you're drinking. So, looking here, unfortunately, it's doing another thing that it's been doing a lot lately when it comes to specific beers that I drink, where it's saying the similar beers are like the same 5 similar beers. So, of course, we got one here from Gear Block, Beautiful Disaster, Willow Park, Panora, and then another Willow Park one again. So, thinking of what's going to be very similar to this one's going to be tough, because I'm not going to really choose any of these. Of course, let's see. with this experimental hops being in there, that's going to be tough because they most likely used it late in the boil. Probably, I'll maybe say it's maybe like a 90-minute boil, so they probably used it really close to the end just to get those flavors in there. Of course, it's not going to add any like bitterness to it whatsoever. Or they might have used it in the dry hopping stage of it to where. Oh yeah, so that's what looks like they used it. Mostly mosaic during the boil, it looks like, and then they used the experimental 13459 for the dry hopping, which is a pretty cool situation to where you can, during the dry hopping process, you can always guarantee that it's not going to add bitterness. It's going to get those flavors that the hops create out of there and just give you a really nice flavor when it comes to the hops they're using. It's a really good process to do. Of course, when you're making beer, dry hopping is always a really nice kind of way to make your beer, just a little bit of the punch when it comes to making an IPA. So trying to find a similar beer to this one is going to be tough just because of that experimental 13459. But if you're looking for something that has my biggest recommendation for finding something similar, go to your local liquor store or bottle shop. Look for something that has like a mosaic hops forward. Maybe you might get the same kind of flavors from maybe like a single hopped mosaic. I know there's a bunch of breweries that do a single hop mosaic out there, so you might be able to get kind of those same like tropical fruit notes a little bit, maybe a little bit more of that piney dankiness along with there too. But this is definitely going to be on its own unique kind of platform due to them double dry hopping it with that experimental 13459 in there. But so it's going to be a very fun kind of journey to try to find something similar to this one. I'm not sure if there are any other breweries that are using this kind of hops out there, just because I don't want to say a lot of breweries aren't taking advantage of all the experimental hops out there, just because there's still more research that needs to be done when it comes to figuring out what flavor profiles these come out with, all that kind of stuff. It's just a really interesting situation that this brewery took advantage of using something that's still experimental, definitely still being worked on when it comes to getting the full-on like flavors that hops is going to be created, because of course it was most likely created in a lab and all that kind of stuff. So my biggest recommendation for finding a similar beer, just look for like a mosaic forward. You look for a mosaic forward single hop IPA. I know a bunch of breweries do single hopped kind of things. It's just, you just have to look around, of course. But now looking back here on Untapped, of course, it says here it's an 8% ABV. And then with Three Sons Brewing's page for the IPA show, this one has 480 ratings and has an average rating of 4.1 out of 5, which is pretty damn good, I would say. And of course, looking at here, verified locations when it comes to places you might be able to pick this one up. You got the Ranch Market and Liquor in Thousand Palms, California. You got a place called the Beer Stop in Redmond, Oregon. Then we got, we got University Village, what is this? University Village Food. Okay, University Village Food Mart, which is in Palm Desert, California. And then you have the Hilltop Liquor in Huntington Beach, California, which are showing that they're verified vendors for this beer. So you may be able to find that IPA show showing up in any of those locations, or maybe any of the area that those beers are shown for the verified locations, just because if they're most likely getting distributors out in the area or all that kind of stuff. So, but it looks pretty. Let's look here on Three Sons website and see if they have any of this stuff there available right now. So looking here, looking at the 4-packs to go on Three Sons' website, it doesn't look like they have that IPA show available. Let's see what else, other options we got here. Let's see if they have it on draft. What do they have on draft that might be similar? So if you want to get your hand, if you're buy anything from Three Sons, you want to kind of get your hands on something, you might be able to. Let's see. So they have a 4 IPAs on tap right now. So they got a couple. Let's see. We got a couple Imperials, 2 doubles. Let's see. They got an American IPA, and then they got a nice New England hazy called Dopalicious. So out of all of these, maybe I would say go with the double Dopalicious if you're wanting to go over to Three Sons and try out something that may be similar to this one. Of course, the Dopalicious might be. The regular Dopalicious is a 7.2, which is kind of it's a Citra and Mosaic, so it's a really nice, easy drinking IPA. And then you have the double one, which is a 9.1. It's just going to have that little more of a boozy punch, of course, using still Citra and Mosaic hops. But looking over at Slices website, Slice Beer Co. Let's see if they have anything when it comes to this one on there. So let's see. Hoppy. One you might be able to get your hands on that might be similar to this one. Of course, there's a couple 8%ers. You got the Farm Fresh Hop Butcher collab, which they did. They did a collab with Liquid Gravity, which is an 8.5, with Mosaic Cryo and all that kind of stuff. So they have a bunch of, looks like a bunch of Mosaic IPAs over on tap at Slice Beer Co., which is going to really help you get you some nice similar flavors in there. Of course, with this one with liquid Gravity, and then you have a Hop Butcher one, which I'm always a big fan of Hop Butcher's beers. They're pretty damn awesome. But overall, yeah, it looks like if you go over to any of these breweries right now, you'll probably be able to find something pretty similar in flavor when it comes to what you'd be looking at in this one. Yeah, Face Meat, if you want to send me over some beer, yeah, go right ahead, man. Just hit me up in my DMs. We'll work something out or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let's look here and see on the ratings when it comes to this one. See if anybody on my friends list checked this one in. Of course, my father checked this one in back in September, and he gave it a 3.5 out of 5, which is surprising. He gave this one a 3.5. I'm enjoying this pretty well right now. But overall, yeah, it's pretty damn delicious. Having that nice kind of smooth, really pillowy, soft mouthfeel almost. It's just very, very juicy, very thirst quenching. It's just a delicious IPA for sure. So let's go back here and look at the global ratings on this guy and let's see what other people check this one at. So let's see. This guy purchased it off Tavor, which is how I got mine, and he gave it a 4.25. Let's see, another 4.25 here saying canned on 4/22/21. Was waiting to share this one with a buddy, but he keeps flying by. Definitely tastes old. Going to rate based off the slice version and what I can imagine this would be fresher. So I guess he got his hands on the slice variant, all that kind of, because it looks like the slice variant is the most recent release. So I don't think they've had that IPA show coming from Three Sons' side of things for a minute now. But overall, the flavors are still fantastic. Even though they suggest you to drink a lot of IPAs and all different kinds of beers fresh, there's sometimes a nice double IPA, to me, even tastes better with age, just because those hoppy characteristics and the hoppy flavors are kind of mixed in with the beer a lot more, and it kind of just gives you more of like a pungent hoppy flavor. But let's look down the list some more. This guy gave it a 4 out of 5. Let's see, we got another 4 purchased at the Bottle Shop, which is, let's see where that's located, was that Slimar? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Silamar, California. It's a liquor store out there. Well, he gave it a 4 out of 5. Let's see what else we got. We got a 4.5 right here. We got another 4.5, 4.25, purchased at Tavor. Let's see, we got a 3.75, 4.5, 4.5. A lot of 4.5s I'm seeing. So, which is really, really nice. People are definitely enjoying this one for sure. So, with that being said, let's start going through our ratings over here and see what the hell we're going to do about this one. Let me pour the rest of this into the glass because there's only a little bit left in the can. And of course, first thing we look at is can art, because that's probably your first introduction of the beer, as always, and you want your beer to be marketed properly. So when it comes to looking at this one, I'm a really, really big fan of that 70s show reference. Of course, I really like the colors. It's definitely something that would catch your attention at a liquor store, bottle shop. It's not too appealing to any of a younger crowd, I guess. It's more of people that are around the age we are now, people who enjoyed that 70s show. I think this is aiming directly towards them, and I know that 70s show is a pretty damn popular show, if I say so myself. So having that kind of be their main focus when it comes to marketing this beer, I think they did a fantastic job. Of course, Three Sons has those token kind of label things they do with their stuff. Of course, having the Three Sons thing on the top, and then putting their logo along with the company they collabed with on the bottom. And just overall having a really clean label, and they usually put their name of the beer and all that kind of stuff right on the side right there. So overall, yeah, pretty clean label. I like that they took advantage of a lot of the real estate, making sure a lot of the colors stand out and all that kind of stuff. It's a very, very eye-catching label, which I can appreciate for sure. So I'm going to give this one a solid 4.25 out of 5 for can art for me. I enjoy it. I'm a fan of that 70s show, so it definitely catches my attention when it comes to that aspect. So overall, yeah, really good label on that one for sure. So let's look here. If I got this beer in a flight at either Three Sons or Slice Beer Co., would I get another one? Absolutely, absolutely. I'm definitely really, really nice tropical fruit flavors. That experimental hops that they use in this one definitely leaves a very nice ending flavor in this one. Getting like an unripened strawberry to kind of, it doesn't really add a lot of sweetness, but it adds like a fruity note to it at the end. That I think is just a really nice touch. Of course, using that hops that brings off more fruity characteristics, you're kind of helping bring out not bring out as much of the bitterness, of course, with the hops they used in there earlier. They want to just kind of let those flavors mingle a little bit more when it comes to making it a little bit more complex than just your average mosaic hopped IPA, which I think is a really, really nice touch. It definitely kind of puts this one above the realm of just your average everyday double mosaic IPA for sure. So I would definitely get one, if either at Slice or Three Sons. I would most likely get another one of these for sure. Wouldn't really matter which one I was at here. So with that being said, what is the final rating on this guy going to be? Let's see. This is going to be a tough one. I don't know what I'm going to rate this one. I mean, like, it's crazy because it's like having that kind of on the vine kind of strawberry flavor at the end. It kind of adds a little bit of a grassy note to it, so it's not bringing in any like dry kind of mouthfeel to it. It's definitely not bringing any bitterness to it, but it's just having that nice tropical fruit and citrus coming up front, and then having that nice well-rounded like sweetness of like a strawberry kind of thing that coming at the end. I think this makes it a really, really enjoyable one. So I think my final rating on this guy is going to be, I think I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. Really, really enjoy this one. Definitely would recommend it if you can either get your hands on this one from either Three Sons or Slice Beer Co. I think you would not be disappointed at all. Definitely is one that kind of, like I said, it puts itself a little bit above your normal mosaic double IPA for sure. So with that being said, yeah, big shout out to Three Sons and Slice Beer Co. for coming out this one. They did a fantastic job working together, kind of just create this very, very nice, unique, easy drinking double IPA for sure. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Of course, if you want to see when it comes to Three Sons beers or maybe any Slice Beer Co. coming up or something, you can order it or maybe get it shipped to you. Always going to recommend getting yourself onto Tavour. There's a link to the website down in the description below. You can go through there. They'll direct you to their app, the App Store, where you can download the app on either Android or iPhone. And then you can set up an account with Tavour to possibly get beer delivered to you from breweries all around the country. They take advantage of all that kind of stuff. 7,000 plus beers. They're out of Washington State. And so when you create an account through Tavour, you'll put in your zip code right away. And they ship more to like the non-rural areas when it comes to being more in like to where a lot of courier services around, because that's what they take advantage. They take advantage of local small carrier services to deliver their products. So if you're in anywhere like not near a big city, you might have the opportunity to get your hands on some stuff from Tavour. So when you go, just go to the link in the description, or if you want to shoot me a DM, see if you want to get anything from Tavour. I can send you a referral link to where if it works, you're able to set up your account. You'll be able to get a free $10 worth of beer to spend, along with helping me get free $10 worth of beer to spend to buy more beer and kind of have more content for you guys to see later on. But other than that, last thing I'm going to end this with is, if you're a craft beer fan and you like social media, one place that everybody should be if you're a fan of craft beer and if you have a cell phone, first of all, you need to get yourself over to Untappd. It's a really, really fun platform. You can check in beers, get badges, all kind of stuff. They have exclusive badges when it comes to like different times of year. I know they just released one for the Winter Olympics that's coming out, so if you check in a beer on the Winter Olympics time, you'll probably have a special Winter Olympics themed badge you would get. But it's just a really, really fun platform. You can check in beers, get badges, see what's local in your area that's popular, see what's popular globally. It's just a really, really fun platform. They have so many different like varieties of things you can do on one app, and it's just easy to use. It's so fun just to hang out and see what your friends are drinking, see what's popular in your area, see what liquor stores in your area are carrying, because a lot of liquor stores do that now. They team up with Untappd to kind of show their craft beer selection before you can even go into there. So it's a really, really fun time over there. So if you want to shoot me a friend request, if you're not on there yet, link to my profile is down in the description below for you guys. Shoot me a friend request. I would love to see what other people are drinking, because who knows, I might be able to find some stuff over there and be able to kind of review stuff that you guys are drinking every day that I might not be able to get my hands on usually. And who knows, I might be able to get my hands on it. So you never know. But other than that, again, I want to thank everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Everybody in chat, the regulars, some new faces that I'm really enjoying seeing. Hope you guys can tune in a little bit more when you have the opportunity. But of course, got to thank the people on the replay as well. You guys are awesome. So if you're in here right now, thank you again. If you can hit that like button, it help me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. It'll let you know when I ever go live, do another review. But other than that, again, this is what I have for you guys today. So again, thank you everybody in chat. You guys are amazing. And I'm ending this like I always do before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.